The first thing I want to do is see how much slop I have on this strike plate. I can hold that out. I don't actually have to hold it out, but I can put that on there. And from top to bottom, you know, I got lots of slop. And see, from the side, I got just a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch, almost. So when I mortise this in, I want to get a happy medium. I don't want to do it too tight where I've got to shave off the edge. Worst case scenario, if I shave it, I have to use my drill bit, right? But I'm hoping to get it about right in there so that the deadbolt latch doesn't hit anything. Okay, so what I need to do is hold that up there and figure I need to go just a little bit further than that. Or actually, you know, if I just match it up, this strike plate happens to be the very same size as the side latch there, which is a good thing, right? So I want to measure from the edge of the door over to the edge of that, and I don't like to use the tip because if that tip's bent, I'm not going to get an exact measurement. So I could hold this on 3 inches, 2 inches, whatever, and then I get a better measurement. See, I know I got a 5/16 of an inch from the edge of the door to the edge of the strike plate. Okay, so far so good. 5/16. Now I'm going to close the door. And I'm going to see, I've got this latched, I got this adjusted exactly where I want. And now, what I want to do is look and see the edge of the door. Is the edge of the door flush with the edge of the door jamb? And I'm saying no, it's not. It's maybe almost a 1/16 of an inch away from there. Okay? That's important to know because I'm going to measure off the edge of the door jamb over. Before I do that, I'm going to hold this over like that, okay? And then I can look at that and see where the center of that is. That's kind of what I do. I just put a mark there on the jamb, and I'm putting it on the center of the latch. Okay? Now, I can come over here and see, let's see what we're going to do now. Let's see where my mark is. There's my mark right there. Okay, so that is the center of that strike plate, right? And I know from the edge over is 5/16 plus just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to hold it on there. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. I'm going to hold that right on 4, let's say. And I'm going to go over just a hair more than 5/16, almost 3/8. Okay. Right there. And I can go down here and mark 3/8. Okay. Now I can grab my strike plate. See, and I'm going to hold the strike plate up there, right in line with that. In line. Oh, I almost thought that was the top. So you got to be careful. See, I almost screwed up there. Okay. So I got to go up this way. That's the center. I don't need that bottom mark, silly boy. Okay, so now I can eyeball the center of that, right? Where the center of that line is to the center of this. And if you want, you could measure that. I'm going to eyeball that right there. Okay. Well, that line is going to line up with that line. Okay. That. I'm going to line up those outside edges. Now, how am I going to mark that? I need to get this really good. Okay, so So I'm not going to use my pencil. I'm going to use my sheetrock knife. Okay, so I'm going to have to hold that up there. Now I'm going to just mark it. Just using this as a marking tool, okay? Be careful. Careful not to move it. Oops. Right, now I'm going to mark the bottom. I don't have to gouge it in or anything. Be real careful here. I can score it on the side, like that. Now this is the tricky part. Lefty. Score that right there. Ooh, looks like I went just a hair too far over. Right there, like that. Okay. Now I can see that. Now I can score that a little bit further. And these are going with the wood grain, okay? So I can go a little bit deeper. Just want to be careful because I don't want to go too far. I just want to start it first. A little bit. Don't try to get all the way down in one go. And once I get my edge, now I can go a little further. Use a sharp knife for this. I'm going to even mark this a little bit more. You don't have to do this too much because I'm going to cut this out with a nice sharp chisel. Okay. There. That's exactly where I need to go. And I can double check that. Open and close the door a little bit. Last thing, you know, I did that one time. I get the mark and I forgot about it. And when I held this up here, I put that to the top edge. And I went down. I thought, son of a gun. By Joe, I just screwed up. So you want to make sure you think about your project, okay? Before you start cutting and notching.